Okay, let's talk some more about the mysteries of the ancient world. I am very fascinated by all of this. I think that the truth about the UFO phenomenon and a whole lot more can be found in the past. And Jimmy Corsetti is on this. He says, are these pyramids or mountains? And well, there's a whole bunch more to go over, not just this. So let's talk a little bit about the mysteries of the ancient world. Get in here. This is Jack with the Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, please share on social media, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Okay. Does the 7,000-year-old Nubian egg depict the pyramids of Giza and Nile River? The implications are massive, as this predates the pyramids' alleged construction by 3,000 years. So yeah, this was made 3,000 years before the pyramids were said to be. And they clearly depict something that sure looks a lot like the pyramids. Now, I would say as a rejoinder that it shows steps. You know, I mean, you could say it depicts the pyramids as they are now. And, but that's not how they were originally. They were smooth. They had the covering on them that, you know, you couldn't see the steps. So I'm not quite buying this bit of evidence, but it is definitely intriguing. We also have a little new information, or at least a different take from a researcher who's done some good stuff on the alien bodies in Peru. Let's find out what he has to say.
I took this model that I have to Contact in the Desert, which was one of the big UFO conference. And I met a woman there who claims, she's with an organization which claims to be in contact with aliens. And, you know, many people would say, well, that's nonsense, but let's just say that I found her credible. And since I am 100% sure that aliens exist, it's not impossible that there are people that communicate with them. I showed her this model, and without blinking an eye, she said, oh, I know what they are. Those are the, that's a Montauk. I said, a Montauk, like the Montauk in, well, the Montauk Project is known, but it's a town in Long Island, at the very end of Long Island, New York State, which is named after the Montauk Indians. I said, like the Montauk Indians. And she said, the Montauk Indians named their people after these beings. And she went on to tell me all about these things without batting an eye. And the other 5 people in her group were just sitting there nodding like this, like, yep, yep. They weren't saying, what are you talking about? You know, so either she was a really fantastic liar who was just spinning shit out of her mind, or maybe she knows something. But, you know, again, I love this. You know, I used to think, well, if they turn out to be fake, I'm going to feel ripped off and disappointed. But it's just a wonderful mystery.
It really is. And thank you very much, Will Gallison. You know, that's the researcher. Obviously, he's done some great work on this and, you know, talked to some interesting people. And, you know, this one person told him that she's in contact with beings, and she has found out that these little guys from Peru are the Montauk's, and that a whole tribe of Native Americans was named after them. That's incredible. You know, when I think about Montauk, I think of the horrible facility up there and the horrible things they did. You know, Stranger Things, the TV show, was based on that stuff. And that gives you kind of a flavor of what they were doing. Not great stuff. Not great stuff. But yeah, there was a Montauk people. And Will Gallison says this lady is saying that the beings are where their name comes from. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not weighing in on that, but I thought that was really interesting, and I thought I'd share that with you. And here's an older article talking about the construction of the pyramids, the surprising truth behind the construction of the Great Pyramids. Were the stone blocks carved from natural limestone or cast with an early version of concrete? A materials science research team provides evidence to answer this age-old mystery. This is not my day job. So begins National Science Foundation supporter researcher Mitchell Barsoom as he recounts his foray into the mystery of the Great Pyramids of Egypt. I'm not going to read the whole article, but it's really intriguing to see the evidence that some of these blocks may have been cast from concrete. And this is not the first time I've heard this. It is a fascinating wrinkle in all this, and it may very well turn out to be the case. Here's a tweet from Sonic Gravity Podcast that gives us a little more insight into that. Just for the ones late to the party, it's concrete. And this is from a block near the pyramid. You can tell by the wearing and spalling. Concrete has a very distinctive wear as the crystal matrix of the cement breaks and the concrete erodes compared to the stone that tends to darken and smoothen. And the only way you could draw like that with relief from these hieroglyphs as opposed to the petroglyphs is to do the art when the concrete is wet. It's obviously concrete, says Sonic Gravity Podcast. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As for ancient artifacts that have bizarre construction that don't seem like they belong to the tools available at the time, let's check this video out real briefly. There's music playing, so I'm going to have to read it to you. I'll try to read fast. These are some of the earliest Egyptian statues to have been created. They date back to the Old Kingdom, the 4th dynasty, which is around 4,500 years ago. Look at the incredible laser-like precision and detail. The toes, the clothing, the muscle tone, absolutely perfectly carved from a single piece of stone. What's even more surprising is that this isn't the only statue of this kind. They're called the Triads of Menkaure, and they are at least 6 of them. And the statue represents a 3-person statue showing King Menkaure between the 2 ladies, but there are different variations. As you can see, it's almost like they came off a production line. They're so accurate. Not a single mistake or rough edge. Very impressive for saying these were supposed to be carved with chisels and hammers. And I think that's a great point. Those things do not look like they were carved with chisels and hammers. It really does look like it came off a production line. I firmly believe that the ancients, some of them, had access to high technology that really don't make sense unless you bring UFOs or something like that, you know, Atlantis, whatever, into the picture. And it gets even weirder because there may have been an ancient Roman artifact in ruins in South America. Again, I'm going to read because there's music. Before the Aztec Empire took this city over 750 years ago, it belonged to the Matlat people who built the mesmerizing Temple of Av. This temple, with its circular design, is also known as a round pyramid. Even though we've seen many incredible structures throughout Central and Southern America, the architecture of this pyramid is different to anything we've seen before. Yet this isn't the most perplexing thing about this ancient site. In 1933, during an official excavation, Joseph Garcia Pan discovered something incredible deep beneath the round pyramid in a dark burial chamber under the floor of the structure. He stumbled across a small and intricate terracotta figurine. Archaeologists and historians are completely baffled by it, since the figurine bears an uncanny resemblance to similar Roman artifacts. Its presence challenges the traditionally accepted timeline of contact between the Old World and the Americas. Yeah, and that guy had a beard. The local people of the time did not have beards. This dovetails with what I've heard about Quetzalcoatl, that he may have been an Atlantean that came across the sea. Quetzalcoatl is a big god down there, and the Aztec people and so on. And, you know, the feathered serpent. Well, actually, he wasn't a serpent, according to some of the legends that I've heard. He was a guy. He had a beard. Some of the ancient statues of him, or drawings of him, depictions of him, depict him with a beard and as a white guy. So the thought is that he may have been an Atlantean. He may have been one of many Atlanteans that went around trying to spread culture, you know, their technology that they may have been given by the UFO people or other dimensional beings, whatever, you know, across the world. And that's how so many of these guys arrived at this high technology. We don't know, how does this get a Roman artifact or, you know, a Zeus-like figure there? maybe it wasn't Zeus. Maybe that is a depiction of Quetzalcoatl. Just a thought, guys. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the like button and the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. I would love to see you guys there. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, please consider becoming a channel member. See the first link in the description below. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.